Good evening, everybody. My name's Frank Itzakria, and Mr. Irrelevant has been drafted. The 2019 draft is over, and hopefully everyone who got drafted today, yesterday, and Thursday makes it in the NFL, makes a ton of money. Everybody's happy. What I'm going to talk about tonight is Dolphin delusional syndrome of its fan base, and Josh Allen, wannabe, Josh Rosen. All I've heard today and last night was, "Oh, why do we suck? Why do we pick the worst draft pick? Why do we do this? Why? You think franchise? Why? Dolphin fans at their premium, they don't usually know much about economy or economics or football play. They just know that their Dolphins were really great once and their Canes were really great once, and that's about it. So today is 5 minutes about why the Dolphins actually made the right decision and why Arizona might be the worst franchise in the NFL. So like and subscribe and hate and comment below. So who is Josh Rosen? Well, he was the 10th overall pick by the Arizona Cardinals in 2018, and Arizona thought so highly of him that they traded up to get that 10th pick. Now, coming out of UCLA, most people who followed football said a couple things. One, he was ahead of Darnold and ahead of, most of the quarterback class. But his ceiling was like here, and he was kind of here. So there wasn't much to rise. Not that he was so far ahead of these guys, but he was a little bit ahead of them. And, he played in Arizona last year, and, he learned what having no offensive line and your 38-year-old wide receiver is your best offensive threat does to your career. And that is get your coach fired, and you got him fired. And Arizona, because they fell so in love with a 5'9" and I'm putting that in air quotes, Kyle Murray, that they decided to draft Kyle Murray at the same time, not actually deal with Josh Rosen. Now, they could have traded him before the draft, and they could have tried to deal him before they paid him a lot of money, and we'll get into that in a little bit, but they didn't, and they held him until draft night, and then they drafted their quarterback. And like the Baltimore Colts, when they drafted John Elway, they couldn't figure out why nobody was calling. Or the right people weren't calling. You weren't going to get a first-round quarterback once you said your last year's first-round quarterback wasn't worth it. So Arizona held, and then they finally took a call from the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are known for a lot of things. One, some of the worst draft questions that they ask at the Combine. Two, futility. And three, crazy fans that think 1 week they're going to win the Super Bowl because the Tanchise beats Tom Brady on a fluke play at the end of the game, and then the next week they don't think they can win a ham sandwich because they have the Tanchise as their starting quarterback. But the Dolphins, who had traded with Arizona, and they thought, okay, here we are. And so they traded their second pick, but not really. See, the Dolphins weren't so stupid. The Dolphins went from the 48th pick, and they traded that down with New Orleans. Now, New Orleans gave them the 62nd pick, which they ended up dealing for Rosen. But they also got next year's too, which when you are doing future projections on a draft pick, you assume that if whatever round they're in, you are going to be the middle of that round. So they basically got the 48th pick again. So it didn't cost them anything. Oh, and by the way, because Rosen, they signed the tender to keep him around that second year. The entirety of a signing bonus is on Arizona's hook. So the Dolphins are only going to pay $6 million over 3 years for their quarterback. And while Ryan Fitzpatrick may be their technical starting quarterback on opening day, Josh Rosen's a starting quarterback in the NFL. He could very well take that job. And you're paying nothing for him. Now, why is that a good thing? Well, because there wasn't a great amount of quarterbacks this year. And Arizona didn't have a ton of options, right? Washington, Giants, Broncos, all got quarterbacks before they dealt with Rosen. And franchise to be located somewhere at Raiders. And Bengals, they've basically decided they're going to try to, suck for Tua and Herbert out of Oregon, but there's no guarantee that either of those two will be great college quarterbacks. But the Dolphins aren't so stupid. And for once, now they need to get a line around them, need to get some protection around them. If he's got 4 seconds, he can throw a 60-yarder. He proved that in college. He proved that with Arizona Cardinals against the Niners last year. If he gets 3 seconds, he's going to get hit. So he needs to have some protection. But Josh Rosen is not the worst pick. And by the way, Dolphins fans, I know you guys hate the Tanchise. The Tanchise didn't lose you any games. Now, he might not have won you any games, but he didn't lose you any. He just happened to be injury prone. He's going to have a pretty okay season because, well, he's in Tennessee, and Mariota's going to get hurt, and as long as the Tanchise can walk, which is questionable, they should be good. But Josh Rosen should be fine. So, everybody like and subscribe and comment my comments, and come on over here, Sai. Yes, Sai?
I saw something blinking.
Yes, come here.
Dad, why were you making silly sounds of your video?
I make a lot of silly sounds in my video. Everybody, this is my daughter, Sai. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. She made a Rapunzel. Well, she made a Cinderella look like Rapunzel with a giant yellow balloon.
Now, Dad, I made Cinderella look like a mermaid.
Now Cinderella looks like a mermaid. So she won't be the typical Dolphins fan, probably because she won't be a Dolphins fan. Are you gonna be a Dolphins fan when you grow up?
When I was a big sister, I want you to buy me a mermaid tail to go swimming in the pool.
Okay, well, if any of those things happen, we will, okay?
Okay.
All right. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.